Uh, okay. Okay. Mm. I swear, if this time it's because of the freaking if this time it's because of the freaking thing, yeah, sorry. Hello, Zulit, hello. My god. Just so annoying. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the stream not being good. Ah. Okay. Are people still gonna be coming? No. New ID kit, the Lucio one looks very fun. Yeah, actually, I was actually just gonna look at it. Yeah, I kind of did not look at it yet because I just saw it. I just saw it. But from what I can tell, there's gonna be like Valencina. Yeah, just Valencina having a lot of you know, having a lot of stuff like means of disposal basically. I think I've scared everyone away. There's like I wanna cry. Guys. Yes, I'm scared that it's gonna crash again. Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, let's see if this one works once again. Because if it crashes again, I'm gonna have to stop the stream. Yeah. Hello, sometimes I remember the blunder I made when I referred to her as Valencia. Yeah, understandable. A lot of people may have, that's a common mistake that people actually have. Valencia, Valencina, you know. It's easy to miss the N when Valencia is actually, yeah, is actually more common. Okay. Valencia for a good while, of course. Of course. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue. Hopefully this time it doesn't crash, because if it crashes, then we're kind of screwed. We're gonna let my PC rest. You know. If my PC, yeah, my PC will have to rest for tonight. Justified it as a nickname. Dante. I don't have a translation, Dante. I think she had a war nickname of Val. Yeah. That's okay. Val. Not Valentine. Valentine, like the one from Library of Ruina. Valentine, you know? You guys remember that guy, right? I'm so mad. Hardly a challenge. What a WOT. Well, at least they're not much of a fighter one-on-one. Service de Claw is not a combat specialized department. While they have all undergone basic combat training for exigent circumstances, they are not prepared for head-on conflicts such as this. That's just the Resident Evil brain rot. Jill Valentine Valencina. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed. They kept taking pictures of us with their briefcases. I'm guessing that's their primary job description? What are they snapping away for then? Whispering behind our backs like a load of creeps. Collecting photos to include in the report for their higher-ups, I'd wager. I can kinda see how they could think we're involved in this somehow. Every time they followed the lead, they ended up encountering us. It's hardly a surprising rationale. Marceau stood a footstep away from the rest of the sinners and watched in silence as they tried to come up with an explanation. What is he thinking? What is it that he wishes to say? Or is he simply contemplating, observing without any preconceived notions in his mind? His silence. It shouldn't have been any different from his usual reticence, but as though by some chance or whim. Hey, Marceau? I was struck by the sense of brief yet distinct strangeness and was compelled to speak with him. Mechanics interesting. I'm betting they will be our Gen Fair this season. Or the first banner next season. Yeah, I would like one. Would be funny if it's actually Marceau. I don't know. Don't hesitate to let me know if there's something you want to say, but aren't sure if you're supposed to say it. Yes, manager. I will do as you ordered should one such circumstance occur. As always, his reply was as displatingly concise and direct, as though he had some rule of his own that told him that this was the specific response for situations like these. MNESTIC GPU. Hello, Pompeo. Hello, welcome. I hate it. Now I'm back to like my usual avatar. I'm really just starting to believe that I should buy like a new PC altogether. Like this PC that I've been building, I should just sell it and then let some sell it piece by piece, and then I'm just gonna buy like an entirely new PC. You know what I mean? Maybe that should be it. Hello, Alden. Welcome. How are you? This is like one of the few streams that I'm not doing collabs for Pride Month. So you know, I'm trying to like just finish. Hello! Oh my god! Woo, Haitian. Woo, yo. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, sure. Sure, no problem. I'll work on it soon. Just in case you guys didn't know, I'm actually editing videos for Alden Falor. Yeah, for Alden Falor. You guys can watch the videos on his channel. Some of the most recent ones, you know, the one with Limbus and stuff like that, are stuff that I edited. So yeah, understandable. Understandable. Doing VO is actually tiring. Yeah. Every Friday. His Friday videos, I edit them, and you can probably see a touch of the stuff that I do usually with my meme stuff. Yeah. But yes, watch it if you guys want to, because it's very funny. But yeah, he's got some pretty, you know, interesting videos. You guys should watch. Just gonna unlist all of the ones that failed. Ugh. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I do. Been one hell of a week thinking that learning Philips CDI. What is CDI animation style? Okay, but I'm talking about right now, actually. Do you have anything to say right now? No, I do not. It did not appear to me that he was trying to hide anything or choosing his words in response to my question. His reply was simply that, an answer, nothing more. He has a prepared answer written down in a list of responses. That's what it felt like to me, as though this particular answer had always been the only one he had available for situations like this. Clearly, prodding him for answers wasn't going to get me anywhere, so with a curt, "Sure, if you say so," I turned away from him and took off to join the other sinners. As I did so, a few words lingered at the tip of my proverbial tongue, asking to be let out, so I did. That gave us bangers like Hotel Mario. Oh my god! Oh my god, Hotel Mario. I have not heard that shit in a while. Yeah, good shit. Good shit! Yeah. Would have been nice to know what you were looking at. Of that, he spoke. I cannot form a judgment. What? That is because the precise definition and nature of the subject of my gaze are just as unknown to me as to you. Should you point to an object or an enemy, I can provide a verbal explanation based on my current knowledge. If you require such information, please rephrase your question accordingly. Oh, understandable. Don't worry about it, Tompio. If you really need to do the Shadowverse, that would be nice. Honestly, I'm like itching to open a booster box again, but like holy fuck, opening a booster box is like very expensive. It's like $150 per pop. Can you believe that? $150 for an entire booster box, and I didn't even get anything remotely good. Like, sure, I get some. No, I'm not addicted. I'm not addicted, guys. I'm not addicted. I'm just itching on it. But I know how to stop myself. But if anyone actually gives me gambling money, then I will gladly accept it. Had I asked him again then, had I tried to get to the bottom of that line of questioning, would I have found myself in the smallest peek into Marcel's psyche, which had remained entirely shrouded in mystery even after an entire year of traveling together? Yeah. I suppose that's not up for me to judge as well. See, the thing is, I really, I really wanted to, I always wanted to like collect Magic the Gathering cards, but the collection that I wanted is like angels. I want angel cards, you know what I mean? I want angel cards. But like, man, can't say to what you're streaming, be safe. Okay, take care, Alden. Thank you for the $2. Thank you. Yeah, no spoilers. No spoilers, okay? No spoilers. You have to experience it for yourself. Just like what I'm doing right now. I don't know why, but I actually avoided spoilers for some reason. I don't even know what's happening here. The one isn't reprinted anymore, it's not cheap. Any donuts I would give to stream, generally usually save for charity events. Yes, donate to Absolute Pride Resonance. Go donate for Absolute Pride Resonance. Well, technically this stream is not APR, but the stream is not APR. But I encourage you guys to donate to charity if you want to. But if you want to donate to me instead, on this stream, then go. Did you not get spoiled on Kim face reveal? Yeah, I got spoiled with that. It's fine though. It's fine. I'm okay with it. It's just a face reveal. It's like, I already know it's gonna be a bamboo-hatted chud. Yeah. Also, hello, Apple. Welcome. Yeah. Alright, have a good cooking. At first, I didn't know that it was bamboo-hatted Kim. But the thing is, they already spoiled bamboo-hatted Kim in the Library of Ruin fan book. Did I get killed by proxies if I don't donate? They don't. Don't worry about it. It's not mandatory. Not mandatory. If you really just want to help charity, and stuff like that, then go for it. Much appreciated. I mean, we already met the goal, But you know, we can always push for more. But you know, I'm not the kind that chills that much. Manager. Yeah. Another battle is imminent. As you have previously instructed, I have informed you of an imminent battle. Yo, Boss Clock, are you just gonna sit there all day while we do the fighting? They're pouring out of that building over there. So they must have been on their way to that building. Our path ahead seems clear, Executive Manager. Let us neutralize those foes and head up there. Gotcha, be right there. The brief lull of battle came to a close. And battling enemies who arrived precisely at the time Merceau had predicted, we made our way into the building. Bloody hell, them blokes we fought downstairs must have been the weaker ones of the bunch. How does NCARB have so many guys on their payroll? There's no end to them. Haha, it is a wing after all. Are these the Tabo violators? I thought the culprit worked alone. No, I'm quite certain they're the ones from the subsequent reports. The NCARB fixers appeared just as confused as we were. It was clear to me that they were expecting to find the Tabo violator here, not a big group of dozen or so people. What were they thinking, sending fodder like us to deal with the unorganized Tabo violation? They should have sent Tabo hunters here instead. Stop wearing my outfit and your thumbnails. You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna wear Dante's yeah, I'm gonna wear Dante's outfit. Wait, no. Let me change into something more comfortable. And by comfortable, I meant Dante's uniform actually. Ta-da! Oh shit! I need to adjust the green screen. Whoops! Whoopsies! Yeah. Wait. Ah, I hate this. There you go. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back, baby. Why do you think they told us to consume metal falling pipe? Thank you for the 15 bits, Huker. Appreciate it. Hello, Pawn. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so yeah, I'm back being Dante. Yeah, big. Why do you think they told us to consume canned experience containing mass melee combat? They must have thought our current manpower would suffice to deal with this. I don't know about that. Wait, wasn't there an extra report that one of them's Imagine updating your drivers in 2026? Yeah, I know, right? I hate it. I don't know, man. I'm just thinking whether I should, like, replace my freaking GPU. But, like, my GPU hasn't even been a year old. You sure do love laughing like a maniac, Alice. Not really. This is just like my normal laugh. Kinda, I guess. All of a sudden, with a click, the room began to buzz with the metallic whir of some kind of machinery. And immediately, I could tell what it was. Distortion. The outfit doesn't even fit you. Womp womp. Womp womp. Standing in the middle of the shabby room was a device I wasn't sure if I had seen before. Its exterior was plastered with strange shapes that looked similar to what we saw on the Chinook's faces on our earlier battles, making it difficult to grasp its full shape. The round object affixed to it began to rotate slowly, with the dull, worn-out groan of a thing past its prime. Men! Shield your eyes! The moment it began to emit a faint ray of light, Otis thundered in a commanding voice. Ah! I quickly turned away as well, making sure not to catch even a glimpse of it. The device could be playing a recorded video, Executive Manager. Even a brief look at it could constitute a taboo violation. Shit! I saw that! I'm so finished! Oh my god, it's so cooked. Just as panic began creeping into the voices of several unlucky individuals. Oh man, folks, this is starting to get a little embarrassing. A sleepy voice breaks through the darkness past my, metaphorically speaking, shut eyes. Mentor! Eyes open, Ingdu. What's wrong with everyone? Got dust in your eyes? The hell's wrong with you? Don't you know that anyone who watches even a split second of a recorded video in NCorp gets... Of course I know, but I watched it anyway. Open your eyes, esteemed fellows. This motion picture isn't recorded. Should I make a tremor team? Yeah, sure, you should. You should, but you should wait for like the thumb team. Because the thumb team has, what was that again? The thumb, doesn't the thumb get like tremor scorch or something like that? Hang on, he's right, that video's not a recording. Possibly emboldened by Kim's comment, or perhaps believing that seeing the video could be excuse an incidental exposure incurred while subduing violators, the NCorp employees also opened their eyes and began to mutter amongst themselves. That thing talking to us? I finally allowed myself a good look at the machine, which was firing a conical beam of light against the side of a wall. And this was its message, delivered by white words on a black background. So you've tracked me down this far. After what I went through to take refuge in here, we still ended up finding this place. All of you blindly consuming fake experience after fake experience without even a care about the real thing. Case number TC3224, you're under suspicion of a Category 3 violation. Gonna shard middle Otis in this season, I'm gonna crash out. If I'm not gonna shard middle Otis in this season, I'm gonna crash out. You'll be fine, just farm your mirror dungeons! Just farm your mirror dungeon, that's just okay. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Reveal yourself now and forfeit your illegal recordings. Should you comply, we will. What is foolery but witless buffoonery in the absence of fools? Whoa, bro, that is so cool. That is so cool. This guy, suddenly he's not goofy anymore. The hollowed vessel, bereft of all but lingering delusions, grants not even a bruit of echo to the dogged excoriation of fools. 5 floors? It's, okay. 5 floors of what? Of like hard mode? Because you get the same rewards. You get the same rewards if you do easy. What's this fella on about? If you mean to obstruct our official duties, we won't hesitate to use force. Bang! Without even so much as turning around, Bamboo-Hatted Kim raised his sword and parried away the NCorp employee's nail-shaped weapon. You haven't realized I'm Dante from a different mirror world and going to Reverent Execution Judgment Day. Man, you're not gonna affect my mirror world. I'm also from a different mirror world. That's why I want the Tremor team. Fair enough. Yeah, more food. More food for, yeah. More food for Ryoshu. She's gonna be on her full power. Without even so much as turning around, Bamboo-Hatted Kim raised his sword and parried away the NCorp employee's nail-shaped weapon. I'm only speaking as my whim guides me, my dear fellows. No need to get so huffy. I only aim to say that this abomination has no consciousness. After what I went through to take refuge in here, I still ended up finding this place. All of you blindly consuming fake experiences after fake experience, without even a care about the real thing. It's repeating the same sentences over and over. Now that does make me wonder, was I just far gone when I distorted? Past all words and reason? Burn and bleed. Yeah, burn and bleed is actually really good as well. Boring and weak. I'm more funner. Honestly, you want a fun team? Just go for poise. Just go for poise. I love poise. I mean, if anyone has an answer to that question, it'd be you folks, right? Kim said nothing more. He turned a piercing look on us, all the while effortlessly swatting away the NCorp employees' attacks, as though he was goading us into telling him the truth. Well, don't suppose there's any point in asking. I am no different from this abomination. Just as it wields that contraption, I must have wielded the only thing I have really known. The blade, transforming into a mindless fiend consumed by a mere tool, cleaving through both friend and foe, unrestrained. How do you feel about minor spoilers? I don't want to get spoiled. Thank you very much. Hey, Junior, are you still on about that? I tried to avert my eyes, I truly did, but such disregard is easier said than done. How can I, when that distorted being has no qualms showing me the... Doesn't he know how rude the unsolicited reflecting of the fathoms of one's heart is? That's got to be illegal or something. Illegal, I say! Turning a customer into a thug on a protection racket run? A mere ant before a car in motion into a swerving driver. Conjuring dead followers before the eyes of their mentor. Simply unconscionable. Rude as hell, as some might say. My poor heart almost bursts out of my chest. Courtesy of you. Well, if you blindly consuming fake experience after fake experience, without even a care about the real thing. Index Yisang. See the thing is, if you have like a poise team, um, I think you only need to get Ishmael, yeah, the new Blade lineage Ishmael, Blade lineage Yisang, Blade lineage Yisang, and then what do you call it? Blade lineage Faust. Because you only need like 3 blade lineage, right? For the blade lineage gifts to actually activate. Or mirror dungeon. Man, I love P-Corp. In that split second, I think I saw Marceau's eyebrows twitch. A battle is imminent, manager. Just a natural response to sensing an imminent battle, perhaps. Flashbang! A blinding flash, followed by an explosive bang. My vision immediately went white and decided to take its damn time coming back. Boys love? You know what? I'm gonna show you boys love. I'm gonna show you guys boys love. I'm gonna show you. Wait, where is it? I'm gonna show you some boys love. I still need to finish it though. Fuck, I still need to finish it. I still have not continued it because my hands really hurt. My hands are hurting so much. It's so hard to actually get yeah, so hard to get some rest for my hands because um yeah, okay, here. Yeah, see? Here, boys love, guys. How about that, huh? There you go. Get flashbang, idiots! Anyway. Hello, Zero Khan. Hello, welcome. Yeah, so yeah, that's there. Happy Pride Month, everyone. Happy Pride Months. And when it did, the first thing that came into view was a particularly unsettling landscape of escort. followed by bamboo-hatted Kim surrounded by a small army of Chunokun. Mentor! Get up and you shout me deaf, Ingdu. Isn't it about time we both grew accustomed to such sights? Mentor, still, I do not wake from these dreams drenched in cold sweat. That they might bind and drag you away. This isn't so bad, isn't it? It's just these folks so far, unlike earlier when... Another flash. What was that? Everything went dark. I don't understand what's happening, but first things first. We have to neutralize everyone here and get our mission back on track. Adjusting projection. I've been straying far and wandering all day for this exact reason, and... So that was its mechanism. Faust? The words began to shift rapidly before I had the chance to ask Faust what she had meant. To the one who finds comfort settling in lies, I give you what most deserve your gaze. Oh my god, this guy is just gonna keep on flashbanging us. Bollocks, I will bind before today's over at this rate. Changed. It did? Unlike the earlier instance, one of the distortion is different from the others. As Merceau identified, there was something different about the group of Chunokun this time. They were accompanied by someone else. A warrior in impressive armor, wielding a sword that was just as tall. That armor, and the great Huando of the Sal Circle, to be reunited in such a manner. The warrior drew a bow that hung from the waistguard and knocked an arrow. Suppose this is how it would have gone down had you been the one to grab me. Military Commissioner Im Gyong-hyuk. How do you fare, friend? The signal arrows loosing. Seize the accursed. Accused. The warrior loosened the knocked arrow, which soared into the sky with a piercing whistle. And with that air-splitting sound as their cue, the Chunokun began to swarm us. What is thy gender radar speaking? Let us think about the gender radar. A bit inconclusive. Wait. I need to zoom in further. Enhance. I can't enhance anymore. See, the problem is it's covering the face. Gender inconclusive right now. So, don't holy fuck, everyone's just ulting. Nice banger music though, I kinda like that. Music's pretty banger, isn't it? Music's kinda banger. On hit is an opposed attacker, target that uses system, blah blah blah. Swordplay of the homeland south. Ow. Did the stream die again? Yeah, it did. It did. Because my PC was updating its GPU. It did not tell me that it needed an update. So that's the reason why it kept on freaking heating up. Which is very annoying. Boss has some flavor text. Okay, I will read it. I will read it after this flash. Do not worry. Oh my god, look at that! Oh my god, Dawn just freaking dodging. Yeah. It did not freaking notify me that I needed to update my GPU. Now it scared off all of the viewers. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. Nice. Okay. Time to read, guys. Time to read. No reading. Passives. Okay. The Eastern Warstride's armor are not so much equipped as they are piloted. Escorp's Dujiong Brigandine is one example of such armor. Much like Arcraft's powered armor suit or the full-plate armor used by the Knights of the West, the Dujiong Brigandine greatly augments the user's offensive and defensive combat capabilities. Yet these advantages do not mean that armors of such potency are readily supplied for combat personnel. Each unit has its own unique controls and comes with the limitation of requiring separate fuels. What remains certain, however, is that, as with all the aforementioned armor, once a rider has familiarized himself with the Dujiong Brigandine's extended reach and heightened power output, he becomes a machine of war that strides across battlefields with a promise of slaughter. The Sword of the Homeland, Escorp's traditional art of swordsmanship, is also divided into three branches: Sal, Pi, and Pio. Within their teachings exist techniques to hew and cleave through creatures of colossal stature such as Sanguns. To perform them in full, a swordsman must wield a great wando capable of bearing the strain of the techniques. These are those who persevere in training for lack of talent, and there are those blessed with talent only to let it rest. All men say that the title of Apex Blade can only be seized by the gifted. It matters not. Until the day comes for this blade of mine to rise high enough to meet the clouds, I shall persevere in honing my prowess. Cool. Cool. Power armor, baby! Oh my god, they got power armor. The mountains of Escorp's District 19 are home to all manner of beasts. Among them, the bear in particular boasts strength and force akin to boulders falling off from the cliff in a landslide. Giving ground to the creature's charge is ill-advised. One must aim to hew it down with the first slash of the blade. Wow. Okay, let's go. Oh my god, I'm gonna pop the ego! I'm gonna pop the ego. The ego. Guys. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay. Thanks, okay. Egg. What is beautiful? What is not? Bam 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 bam. Bam 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 bam. Yeah, it do be fire actually. Holy crap, they're recovering SP for the Blade Lineage team? Ow. Ow. Whoa! Bone claiming. You know what, yeah. Sure, it's time to claim the bones, you know? High time. Claiming the bones. this boss. Literally, my only problem with beating her was a Stricer of First Bleed. Oh yeah. Understandable. Yo, jump. Was it a spoiler? It didn't even register in my brain, if I'm gonna be honest with you. If it's a spoiler ability, well, the thing is, I don't even know if this is like the last time that we're gonna fight it. But yeah, I'd prefer not having spoilers if possible. Oh wow. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. What is this? Kanto 6? Can you actually attack it? Does it take damage? Return from S-Corp and Corp 15. Cannot be killed, does not take any damage from skill, damage attacking. Huh? This unit cannot be killed and does not take any damage from sources other than skill damage from skills attacking this unit as the main target. This blah 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 reaches one or blah blah, activate the following, remove self and N-Corp. Return Im Gyong Iop to the encounter, move the battle to a different location. I see, that is cool. So we can target it. Okay, Dawn can just do that because Ezra's gonna target it. Why are you so fast? Yeah, I've not finished MNESTIC because you know how it is. I've been doing APR stuff, so I'm sorry if I haven't been caught up with Limbus. There's like a lot of things. Okay, take care, Tompio. Thank you. Ryoshu. Tell Bullet ID. That's actually funny. LARPing as a PM creator. See, I am a Project Moon creator. Because the YouTube shorts that I do are Project Moon, but like when it comes to streaming, I'm not a Project Moon streamer. Entirely. It's like I have I do variety streams, which probably is the reason why I'm not really that big. You know what I mean? But did Ismail just roll double tails with? Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's just how Limbus is, you know? Flashbang! We must have died. Hello. Good night. You're gonna get your bone claimed. Engdu, claim their bones. Oh really? She changed stances. Damn, okay. Let me read it after this one. Yeah, it is pretty feat. Also, welcome to the stream. Plus games. Okay. What do you mean she still gains +3 coin power at broken dice? broken coins. That is what are the chances of happen? It's very high. It's very high. Walpurgis has happened quite for quite a while now. So I think we're gonna have Walpurgis right after. We're gonna have it. So I gotta believe. Passives. Okay, I already read that. I already read that as well. Right? Tiger stance. Oh, this one. Tigers are cunning and ferocious. One cannot hope to cut through a tiger's flesh with a single stroke. Only a relentless flurry of changed slashes can overwhelm the creature until it is felled at last. Fail to do so and the tiger will escape death, or best its opponent, to one day grow into a sangun, a lord of the mountain. Whether these beings will grant auspicious fortune on men or return as a malevolent calamity is impossible to tell. Made of multi. I see. I see. That is kind of cool. Layhang. See. You know what's gonna be funny? It's gonna be the thumb. It's gonna be the thumb for Walpurgis. It's gonna be another thumb. Watch it be another thumb Walpurgis, guys. It's gonna be the thumbs out with Boris, and Catriel. Yeah. Keep dreaming. I will dream. I have an impossible dream. Hero on a plastic horse fighting like it's real. With the cardboard sword, I know successful or not, I am who I am. I'm my biggest fan. I'm my biggest fan. I am my enemy and my friend. Hero, gonna prove my version of justice is more just than your love. Hello there. Oh my god, Minus Prime. I can't believe it, Minus Prime on my stream. Yeah, it's gonna be... Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, it's fine. Oh wait, okay, it's my Ingdu. Catriel have yet to be made, so I have to receive. I just think that it's gonna be the thumb, I think. I just have a... Oh wow. Oh. Just a little more, and I think we might be able to smash that damn thing to smithereens, but... Yeah, but it's really hard to focus on one thing with that huge warrior zapping in and out of reality as soon as we make ourselves an opening. It'd make our lives a whole lot easier if we could get rid of just one of them. The battle seemed to be taking a toll on the sinners, more so than usual. It wasn't that we were up against an insurmountable foe, not even close. Not to mention how Ezra and Aingdu were here to help us out. But, shite. Haven't they had enough? What time they gave up, innit? Oi, do you think don't you go legging it again? My team is, Bullet, Yisang. Oh, you're gonna go for like N-Corp Yisang, S-Corp Honglu, Full Stop Duo, House of Spiders, the middle of Duo. I'm trying to think about it. House of Spiders, Blade of the House. Huh? What are you going for? Bleed Boys? Bleed Boys? That big sword carrying fella sure is kicking our butts, but I don't know if they're the key to solving this distortion. We ain't exactly flush with options, are we? Our exit's blocked, and it ain't like we can stop mid-fight to strategize. With the battlefield constantly shifting and flashing between N-Corp and S-Corp, we simply did not have the breathing room to focus on either the projector or Im Gyum-Yo, who was swinging that great blade with frightening force. Besides, Aingdu, go cover his back too. It shall be done. N-Corp was sending far too many people against us. There weren't that many at first, but it seemed that the sudden spike in employee casualties in an area so close to the nest had alerted N-Corp to our location. Infinity Bread? I think it would be... that Ryoshu. I don't know. The thing with the middle, is that they need to be in the middle team to be very effective, or at least in an NV team, because you can't make use of their counters properly if you don't put them in an NV team. Because they need like 6 NV absolute resonance. How do we get out of this? Faust, Otis, help me out here. I decided to stop racking my brain trying to navigate a situation I know so little about, and instead rely on the sinners with possibly more experience in the field. First, I need to know if there's any way we can deal with the endless reinforcements N-Corp is sending after us. And second, will defeating my Im Gyum-Yo or destroying that projector bring an end to this distortion phenomenon? If I may speak freely, Executive Manager, it is unlikely that our present force will be sufficient to overcome the current rate of enemy reinforcements. Not only is this battlefield situated in close proximity to the enemy stronghold, but there is an unpredictable variable in the strange machine that makes neutralizing even a single wave of enemies difficult. I mean, if you really want it, you know. Honestly, Limbus is a very easy game. You can just do whatever, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Outside the refract trial, there's really nothing challenging, you know. There's really nothing challenging in the game. I regret to be the bearer of bad news, but we are trapped in a battle. With but a single exit, which the enemies have already blocked. Without reinforcements of our own, there is little hope of prevailing through this current predicament. Yeah, seems that way to me too. But maybe if we can neutralize the distortion phenomenon at the very least. Faust recommends entering the Dungeon of the Phantoms as our exit. Dungeon of the Phantoms? But how can we enter if we can't even talk to the distortion? Wait, maybe. During the LCB regular checkup back at the LCE, he says that all you have to do is read what's on the note in front of his distortion. Apparently it's some kind of a code. Right, keywords! This one seems to be a location type distortion, which means that regardless of where the bright flashes take us, N-Corp of the twisted caricature of S-Corp, we're still within its range. In other words, as long as I have the right keywords, I can summon an entrance to its dungeon of the Phantoms from anywhere within it. Okay, so what are the keywords for this distortion then? Hohenheimer provided us the necessary keywords for his distortion back then, but this time we had to figure it out on our own. First things first, one of them has to be photographed. It's obviously been present throughout this entire phenomenon. If I may, perhaps, experience may be one of them. Yisang puts his 2 cents in, having briefly retreated from battle to the backlines. There is an undercurrent of obsession with experiences staining his every trail. It must have aught in relation to what has caused this distortion. Experience. The concept alone lacks substance. It must be something more grounded, something that is once synonymous with experience, while maintaining a throw line to N-Corp's technology that was once core of his obsession. Canned experience? Most likely, thinks Faust. Alright then, photograph, canned experience? Naught seems to transpire as of yet. It didn't, but I could feel it. Are these the kind of photographs they use to make canned experience? So that's what that strange sensation was. Mentioning that word shook the distortion and caused the rippling effect. But it was clearly not enough to force open the dungeon of the Phantoms. How many other keywords could there be? Scraps. Sorry? Oh, I thought we were all taking turns and sharing what might have caused him to distort. And going by the way you folks were saying your piece one after another, I thought this was to be some sort of a Zen riddle. Not a Zen riddle, no, but where'd scraps come from? See, when enjoying the benefits of slacking off at work, all kinds of mundanities come to possess far more interesting qualities, sometimes even revealing secrets invisible to eyes focused elsewhere. Take our person of interest, to wit. He has been poking around this area of town with an eye-wateringly expensive camera in tow, so conspicuously that every store owner I'd lightly prodded for information had tales to tell about him. Each tale added another facet to the long saga of once-driven man, a man with a can-do attitude, an uncanny ability to pull himself up by his own bootstraps, and a clear path toward Nest residence, who became so bewitched by photography that he eventually squandered his fortune on what was, in the end, nothing more than a pastime. And that went on until he found himself reduced to a pauper barely making rent on a scrap heap of an apartment. In pursuit of his ideality, the man has lost grip of fortune and reality. I sought out his apartment and found a few scraps of his writing. When cold rain drips through the roof, when mold and tepid humidity together encroach from the earth, the mind begins to wander, lost. Eventually, madness is evoked in a form of indistinguishable from drunkenness. The pauper loses himself. A shadow darker than any I had seen on Kim's face crept beneath the shade of his eyes. No, I had seen that look once in the past. Though it would be more accurate to say that I had heard it in his voice that echoed in his phantoms, distorted by guilt and regret. Perhaps I shouldn't be surprised by the fact that this distortion has, among the countless people here, taken a particular interest in bamboo-hatted Kim. Photograph, can experience, and scrap. Like inserting a final piece of the puzzle, the space before us momentarily warped and flashed, opening a pathway to the distortion's phantoms. Well then, we will be right behind you, Executive Manager. Miss Ezra, this is what I had seen then, the gateway to one's phantoms. Yeah, this is it, huh? Neat stuff. But Before she could finish, Ezra had to redirect her focus from our discussion back to the battle. Most of the sinners were caught in the same predicament. Some managed to disengage from the battle and prepare to enter the Dungeon of the Phantoms, but Hong Lu, Gregor, and several others were still busy holding off the N-Corp employees. They're gonna follow us right through in there if we run now, right? Probably. Even those who aren't chained to Dante like we are, can travel through the pathway once it's open, so... Yeah, let's not drive ourselves into an even narrower corner. I'll keep them at bay. Whoa, he's gonna do it! He's gonna do it! Hearing that, Bamboo-Hatted Kim stepped up. My sword arm's not what it once was, but it should be enough for this. Besides, I have little wish to set foot in some ill-omened place and be tangled in such a bizarre mess. Is that really what he thinks? There was something in his eyes that led me to believe this was about more than just staying behind to protect our rear. He was... What the fuck? Eh? What a terrible front. Okay. What a terrible front. Alright. At least try to pretend to be sincere and make it easy for us to believe you. Did you think that terrible excuse was going to fly? What are you trying to avoid, Sword Swinger? You're not some kid trying to get out of doing his homework. I remember hearing that entering a Dungeon of the Phantoms will bring one to the spiritual fathoms of the distortion is gazing into. And what lies within must be my very own, for that is what the abomination is gazing into. It's decided then. Come in with us. We ain't about to walk in blind into a place we know shite about, mate. Got us in there, yeah? Oh, that keeps it simple. You try that too. Learned the hard way that homework like summer reading doesn't go away just because you don't look at it. It's still there, even as the summer break comes to an end, ruining the last day of your vacation into an all-nighter. Ariyashiki's scabbard vibrated cheerfully in agreement. Stop procrastinating. Do your summer reading. What was it you said? Face the homework? Save the GPA? Oh my god, I love Nobcorp, guys. Face the sin. Save the ego. It is, after all, the attitude the company expects of its employees. Go, Junior. You guys too, LCB. I can handle them all on my own. You will make a lone stand? Hey, who the heck do you think I am? I'll show you why the team leader Moses felt safe sending me out alone with you guys. This is basically a monster of the week situation for team leader and me back in our duo days. I can handle them on my own, no problemo. I wanted to see how you guys handle the inflection point, but I guess you can never really have it all. Ah well, guess I'll have to trust our two OSIR team newbies to handle that. Now that I think about it, I think I'm setting a pretty solid example as your team senior, aren't I? I don't like this, but it seems that I have no choice in the matter as long as this employee card hangs from my chest. With a sigh, Kim shook his head and joined us, dragging his feet all the while. I shall take the vanguard. Ah, Mentor, be warned that the entrance is floating. Take a tall step over or you may trip. I can clearly see that, Engdu. Bring me a ladder if you're really that worried, why don't you? Have you need of one? Oh my god, she's yandering out, guys. Yeah, look at that. Mere jest, you needn't worry. Yeah, it's he's not washed. Okay, wait, I think I have enough for Honglu, right? I think I have enough for Chunok-kun Honglu, and then I'll just upgrade him. Yeah, I have enough. Yeah.
제가 분명 말했죠? 뛰어봤자 벼룩이라니까.
They didn't need to go hard on this one. It's actually pretty nice. Okay, time to use him. I'm gonna ditch Otis. Sorry, Otis. You're kinda ass. You're kind of a bit ass. Damn it, I have 0. I used to have like 10 limbillion lunacy. But you know, that's it is what it is. I don't have lunacy anymore because I kept on rolling. This is what happens when you guys are when you're a streamer.
일이 나오시죠? 노비면 노비답게, 죄인이면 죄인답게. 이 오랏줄에 묶이시길.
I'm gonna stop like rolling every time. Yeah. It's just up ahead, young man. Soon we shall find ourselves past the borders of the T-Corp backstreets. What? What happened to everyone else? All snared by the Chinookpuns, those vile wretches. Sir, behind you! Look behind you! Yeah. Gotcha. It is well into the late hours of the night, only a few minutes after the night of the backstreets has passed. The child, hot on the heels of the 2 residents who had chosen to use that precarious hour as a cover to flee escort, threw a heavy lasso at one of them. The lasso was made from ropes called Aura, the Scarlet Bonds. The fugitive fell to the ground helplessly and was soon dragged before the child. No! Forget about me and flee! Go! The fugitives shouted in a desperate attempt to at least get the boy out of there, but the child was a Chinookpun, and Chinookpuns never hunt alone. Unlike the royal censors who act under royal decree, Chinookpuns are fixers, each serving their own interests. And when the hunt begins, they form packs with those among their ranks who stand to gain from the same pursuit. Can I trust you to handle the kid? Of course. I thought we had lost you in the maze of alleys. I commend your tenacity for what it's worth. I hate to break it to you, but these parts are a common escape route for you fugitives. So thanks to you, I can navigate the entire network of alleys with my eyes closed. And you're proud of that? Proud? No, it's got nothing to do with pride. It's just been here enough times that I know it like the back of my hand. Those seeking a way out of Escorp didn't have that many options, which made their routes rather predictable. They would often make for the borders between districts where their hunters know they are likely to turn up. In the cover of dark alleyways, the narrow spaces between collapsed walls, and within abandoned homes where those with nowhere else to hide go find what little refuge they are afforded. There was no mistaking it. The fugitives fleeing their homeland already knew that these were the places the Chinookpun were keen to look. But it wasn't like they had any alternatives. There weren't any other places to go anyway. I've already given up any hope on seeing Escorp change for the better. I've given up. I no longer care about its current state of affairs. All we want is to put this place behind us and never look back, yet you still pursue us with such doggedness. Why? Because it pays to bring you in, and who knows, maybe I'll land a big fish and climb my way up the ladder. There's something I've been wondering for a while actually. Why does your kind flee? Do you actually expect something to change? There's nothing for you in the other districts. You think your life will improve once you make it to a different wing? The wings are all the same. There's nothing you penniless, powerless people can do better your lives. Alright, take care, Minos Prime. Take care, you have a good one. Crash and struggle from within. Flee to a different wing without, but nothing will change. Why do they flee, knowing the risk to their lives? What could possibly be motivating them? The child failed to understand the drive behind their desperation to flee, and he never will. You think we're fleeing in search of warmth and safety, in search of a home, nay, in search of anything. Wrong. We've grown too wary to hope, too spent to expect even the faintest turn toward better days. We only seek to be free of this hell. Free of this awful hell that will relieve us of our families, our neighbors, and eventually our lives. Be careful what you wish for because you might find an even worse hell at the end of your journey. That may be so. Life more horrid than this may indeed await us. But to us who wish for nothing save liberty, the uncertainty of tomorrow is a peril we would take but with willing hearts. Somewhat unhappy with the resident's cryptic reply, the child stopped chatting with the captured Nobi. And the captive too fell quiet, eyes turned toward the direction where the Nobi boy had fled. After an indeterminable amount of time spent in silence, the other Chunokon returned, but instead of welcoming his return, the child responded with a click of his tongue. When he noticed that his pair came back empty-handed, evidently having lost the boy. Where's the boy? Got stopped by some new upstart syndicate. Said I was to cough up a toll if I wanted to get past them. That can't be helped, I guess. We're running a business after all. No need to incur unnecessary expenses. As they were preparing to return the Nobis, the child noticed something that soured his mood. It was the look on the captured Nobi's face. A smile. The child frowned, puzzled by the fugitive's strange cheer. Surely he knew that his treatment would only grow harsher once he was dragged back. What could he possibly be smirking about? Curious, the child tugged on the scarlet bond tied to the fugitive and asked, "That boy who got away is just a stranger to you, isn't he? He's not even your kin. You do know they're going to punish you once you're taken back, right? For all that effort, all you managed was to help just one other person escape. Tell me, whatever are you smiling for?" The child's query was met with another quiet smile. What that smile carried, this child would never understand. Damn. So this Honglo didn't go through Canto 8, that's why. this Honglo is not a Canto 8 Honglo, guys. Wait, why do I have like 300 ego shards? Okay, yeah. Why do I have 300 Honglu ego shards? Weirdo. Okay, that's up tie 4. That's up tie 4, your boy Honglu. We like evil jades. So true. He's a wee bit evil. Look at him. Yeah. What does he do? I just apply for him for the lulz. I don't even know what he does. Okay, what's his skill? Poise bleed. Trust. Poise bleed. Bind. Okay. Avulsion wound. Max stack. Okay, so it's not a unique bleed. I see. Throwing the aura bond. Inflict trust. I see. He has a jade but with an evil red color. Oh, he's evil. He's evil. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, who cares? Gonna go with the thingy. If that's how everyone's been living, then my life, my photographs too. So this is Escorp 2, right? It is. Reminiscent of my homeland, but the sights are much too hideous compared to what rests in my memories. Hideous was apt. When we emerged from the entrance of the dungeon into Escorp streets, what greeted us was a distorted and eerie scenery that I wouldn't be surprised to find in an Escorp-themed haunted mansion. Is the place hardly fit for human habitation, far more dilapidated than once expected. Thou sayest that people inhabit these lands for truth? Really, I think it has a cool vibe. Vibes my foot. I don't think I'll be able to get a wink of sleep in here. The lives of the downtrodden were beset by 1,000 woes and tenfold more struggles. And the streets they inhabit reflect that reality. Many times I had contemplated in consternation how the folk here had even the will to live on. The shadow that had begun to haunt Kim's face still lingered there as he looked around. If the distortion reveals the phantoms of those it gazes into, as Kim had said, perhaps this is how S-Corp is reflected in Kim's eyes. On the days when the skies are spotless blue, and without orders from the counselor, I would scale the roof of the chaga and feel it rustle beneath my back as I lay upon it. 3 keyword theme. I think it's gonna become more common to have like a triple keyword theme nowadays. Voice burn bleed. Yeah, that's very possible. There's like a lot of IDs that do that now, which is cool. I thought it to be a respite solely mine. Yet in this mirrored world, another has walked here before my arrival. I joined him in looking up at the thatched roof of the chaga. Beneath it, a wicked tunnel have I passed, and now I witness myself before the one who shall strike the head from my torso. There was a figure standing tall next to the building, staring defiantly up toward the man on the straw roof. Imgyam-gyop. Are you home? Are you home? I asked. Oh, this is a woman. This is immediately. I'm like, this is a woman. As soon as I saw her, this is a woman. What a strange visitor I have. Why not call at the front gate if you've come seeking the master of the house? Be not like a dog barking up the wrong tree. It's unbecoming. Dog? Really now? I can see you up there, lunging on the roof. I'm not going to speak to the door like I'm blind. Could be a femboy. You wish it's a femboy. Has a spell of some sort befallen the day? To have such an odd occurrence transpired twice successive. The work of a bewitching spirit, I say. What's so bewitching about checking in on someone? Isn't it odd that a high and noble military commissioner of our esteemed corporation would come in person to simply check in on how a lowly mercenary fares? You know me? She certainly knows her just, see, it's a woman, let's go! She marches forth, vested in Warstrider armor, yet expects no violence. She wields a two-handed great blade like a demonic yaksha, yet harbors no hostile intent. Why, who else might she be but a military commissioner Guillaume Iop, the principal, the famed Im family? You are certainly in the habit of speaking in hyperbole. I'm not so noble that I deserve to be complimented with an epithet so grand as the principal. Not a compliment. You see, Commissioner, this is a rhetorical technique known as a backhanded compliment, in which I damn you with praise, for you are so bound by your precious principles that you would rather be unreasonable than betray them. Damn. Does an officer ranked as second ordinance have no wit engaged in such banter? Why, am I out of line, as they say? There's no femboys in PM at all? What? Yeah, well... You two are friends, right? This was our first meeting. Oh no, not at that precise moment. I know, I'm just saying that if I were her, I wouldn't ever let myself become friends with you after such a bad first impression. And imagine becoming friends with someone who keeps pushing my buttons. Maybe, but people do find friendships like in such personalities if they have a taste for prickliness. Yeah, Lenny is a woman. From Ruina, the rat. You got a friend in us, don't you? Fine, you have a point. I guess I do have a habit of pushing people's buttons too. It's Still, I hope you're not seriously comparing the way I talk to this sassy, gotcha-digging, pun-riddled. Well, the world we live in is such a vast and diverse one. Consider yourself lucky that you're surrounded by so many quirky characters. Bruh, look at him. He's like doing the Catherine face. Catherine face. That's Catherine face. The kid Catherine. It's because of that same luck that she took the joke well rather than respond by trying to cut off my head. You are out of line, yes. But I knew you would be, so I won't take issue with it. Though I must admit, the rumors of your sharp tongue do you no justice. The streets speak of a man they call Kim Lid. A man who once had intended to pursue the path of the brush, only to realize the sins of his forefathers had exiled himself to the back streets. Yet with the sheer power of will, gritted teeth, a scarred heart, did he find the path in the path of sword another way into the nest, as the right state councilor sworn guard at that. It's you, isn't it? All those superlatives, yet the reality is that I've merely found the path of man butchery as a viable way of life. Direct any compliments you have toward the right state councilor, if you will. I am but a butchering blade that happened to fall into the right hands. Not a compliment, just a word on the street. Ha! You're a quick learner. And spare me the fancy reading of my name. Watching you pretend that pompous posturing comes naturally is painful enough already. Keep it simple and spell it out as bamboo-hatted Kim. Thank you. And does he continue to veer away from the line? I'd rather be a corpse cold and dead than stay in line. Have a shred of mercy on me, almighty one. If I'd come all the way here just to punish you for every little misdeed and ill manners, I would have laid you out and split you in two 3 ways before this riveting dialogue brought us this far. So feel safe to continue traipsing outside the line, but in return would you answer a few of my questions? I've been watching you from a distance for a while now and... Really? Stalking someone's not very principled of you. Bitch that I pulled being silly. Yeah, sure she didn't give you a good wallop after that? No, truly a mystery, isn't it? Besides, she did give me a free rein to continue traipsing outside the line. I couldn't, in good conscience, turn down such offers of kindness. Not that I ever do. You sure have a way with words. A way of finding your way under the listener's skin, huh? Perhaps, yet are such jabes not to be expected among fellowship of close mutual bond. They don't look like friends yet, though. So, care to tell us why she's been watching you? I was engaged in an age-old pastime of throwing rocks. Oh, you speak of the game of Sukjeon. Save them for the festivities of Dano. I was throwing rocks at the passers-by. Bros just throwing rocks for fun. And reminds me of when I was a kid. Fie on thee! That is a wrong deed, good sir. I suppose it is. People of Pio and Sal, in particular, found it to be disgraceful. They did not let their discontent be hidden. But the P and the downtrodden cheered me on to a degree. They found it cathartic. When I was a kid, me and I was like more tomboyish. Like me and my friend, we got into a fight with like a few kids back then, and then I got really annoyed. So I had this cart, like a kid's cart or something like that, the one that you pull. I loaded it with rocks and I started throwing rocks on the kids that annoyed me. And then after that, it actually hit one of them on the head, and we ran away as fast as we can upon seeing that, because that kid's head was bleeding, and then I was able to hide immediately, but my friend got caught and his family was the one who paid for the surgery. Oh, curious. Then is it a right deed or a deed not right? Hmm? Yo? Sal? Whatever is it that Dart is describing? It is a well-known truth that S-Corp is also known by its other name, Salpipio Agroindustries. Agroindustries. Yeah, my friend ain't no snitch. Yeah. Yeah. They'd rather their family actually paid for the surgery than saying that it was me all along. Yeah. I felt bad. I can barely remember that memory. And sometimes, I think about it. Holy crap, I was a dual-faced kid. Like in front of my parents, in front of my parents and in front of my family, I was so well behaved. Like, like a good Christian girl and shit like that. But when I'm not in front of my family and I'm just playing with other kids, I was so fucking mean. I was so fucking evil. That's kind of bad. Owing specializing in the general agriculture and livestock industry of the city, the vastness and the depth of its responsibilities have necessitated such divisions of labor. Thus, District 19 is split into three court circles responsible for different aspects of the industry: Sal, Pi, and Pio, each meaning flesh, blood, and bone, respectively. Sal, responsible for the cultivation of rice and other grains. Pio, responsible for meat and livestock. And Pi, in charge of the technological aspects of both. As a scientist and a researcher who once toiled at S-Corp, you must have felt the persecution of P faced firsthand. It is believed that the Trinity was designed for balance, that they would provide assistance when requested and keep one another in check when needed. It was once a promise of cultivating a fair and sustainable S-Corp. Alas, the noble intentions of yesteryear now lie sullied, with the Trinity now degraded into three quarreling bands of profiteers blinded by avarice, relying not on honor but betrayal and perfidy to claim the top of the triangle. An adherent of the flesh claims the position of the chief state councillor and monopolizes rice as the common folk starve. An adherent of the bone, once a right state councillor, owes to Sal and rises to the seat of the left state councillor. And such shameless conspiracy permits not the common folk to even till the land as they please. Anguished cries of suffering flood the streets. Thus, the common folk are reduced to livestock bleeding out, hanging from a hook, while bone and flesh collude like that of the emaciated dead. Wait, why did you put Hayshow Heathcliff? Okay, yeah. Because it's Hayshow Heathcliff is burn ruptured, alright. Who shall claim the severance of flesh and bone and force them both to yield? An oft-heard poem when walking the streets of Escort. Oh, did the people whom thou have targeted with thy rock swear? They weren't people. Rats. Rats? Oh yes. The councillor finds rats detestable. Much better to stop them from a distance if you want to crush them. By any chance, do these rats have a habit of sneaking into the royal court to better pilfer what the common folk rightfully deserve? They certainly suffer from a severe case of kleptomania. They purposely threw a rock at his feet to trip him to the ground, knowing that he was a klepto rat. Picowad-ish is like triple status, right? She's got burn, bleed, and poise. Kleptocrat. Well, I simply could not help but react as such in the presence of scurrying rats. Is there aught you find funny? Speak if you do. I could use a good laugh about now. Just heartily expressing my gratitude, that is all. Those whose corruption is revealed ought to readily receive their scarlet aura bonds. dug out to scamper away from their expensive prosthetics. My men were having some trouble apprehending them until now. Well, if that is your intent, you are invited to leave a token of gratitude somewhere in the vicinity. Perhaps I'll happen to pick it up. Wouldn't want to get thrown in the dungeon steaming with real vermin. Oh, I was going to do just that. So when will you stop being a sword and be a human again? What? When do you clock out? The way I see it, you're not the kind of person who ever let a drop of liquor get to his tongue while on duty for the right state councilor. Return to this choga when you're human again. I'll buy you a drink as thanks. Yeah, look at that, she's kinda pretty. Oh my god, she's pretty. It's a funny one, Mentor, and this fellow you had often mentioned fondly was... Correct. Haven't I mentioned her a few times as a drinking fellow I had left behind in Escort? KJH really likes stand women. So he likes Filipinos. He likes Filipino women. I must say, I myself found that the relationship most intriguing. That a military commissioner of the Sal faction would fraternize with a bodyguard of the right state councilor, who was of the P faction. Still, I knew not that the fellow was none other than a military commissioner of S-Corp. Ingdu's eyes had gone wide in shock, her voice rising unconsciously. It is news to me that you have had ties to a second ordinate official, a military officer with command over high-ranking employees of the wing at that. Well, I was in the service of the right state councilor, who's a first ordinate, you know. Oh, well, that might be true, yet you would like to know why I, with such a powerful friend by my side, have ended up an exile from Escort. Yes, your silence over matters of such great import is why I have come to introduce you to others as a reticent one, Mentor. We had made the Blade lineage our home, for Escort availed no home for us but the lineage. But you, Mentor. I would rather show than tell. Let us proceed, shall we? This enchanted place seems intent on unearthing all of my past, both savory and unsavory. All shall be revealed in due time. Okay, yeah. Good luck with that, Fanis. You have a good one. Kim looked around, a twinge of loneliness in his eyes before moving on. He followed without a word. Whoa! We emerged into a dark and muggy cavern filled with air so stale it almost felt stifling. Up ahead, a thin ray of light shone through the darkness, seemingly guiding our path. Following the light led us to a four-way fork in the road. A powerful gust howled through one of the paths. Another one was filled with a metallic tang, the smell of blood. Then there was a path that was entirely silent. The last one echoed with the harsh noise of sword striking against sword. Which path did we choose? Just how many people are fighting up there? Must proceed with caution, Executive Manager. There may be a battle underway. The sinners all looked disconcerted at the strident noise of metal against metal. It was an unmistakable sound of battle. We stood ready in troubled silence as the sounds of war only grew louder and louder until they came to a sudden, silent stop. A pedestal made out of stacked stones appeared before us, though none of us knew how long it had been there. Top of it was a red accessory, kind one would hang at the bottom of the hilt. Oh yeah, red tassel. Hi. Oh wow, red tassel. I have not seen you in a while, red tassel. Broom. Broom. Oh. Broom, broom, broom. Broom, broom, broom. The seal. Or.
주세.
I don't know if I'm actually doing the seal noises right, actually. Yeah, the crucial LCB. Yeah, it's very crucial. It's very crucial. You wanna know why? It's because need to make sure that you get more damage when I roll it. Oh my god, it's a negative coin. What the fuck? Fuck that. Why does he have negative 8 coins? What the fuck? Disgusting. Yeah, I did not have. Yeah, hello Dark Souls. See, yeah, this is what happens when I just keep on doing APR events. That's why. Just been trying to, you know. Still sick? Of course I'm still sick. It's really hard to not be sick in this weather. Which is, you know, unfortunate. But it is what it is. Wait. Just do that. No, the weather is actually being schizophrenic. During the morning it's cold, and then late morning it becomes suddenly hot, and then early afternoon it's very hot, and then late afternoon it becomes cold again because it starts raining. So true. Yeah, I will. I'll play. Oh my god, Bamboo Hut Kim is actually there. Excuse me. As we were slowly looking around on the streets of Escorp, a youth, after fidgeting and hesitating for a moment, walked up to us and asked for help. The youth explained that, wishing to better his own status, he took the royal examination, looked into a public employment policy in Escorp, and was able to attain a high grade for himself. And that was where his problems began. As far as he knew, people who passed the exam with flying colors like himself had their travel expenses paid for the homeward trip and were to be granted a guide. But there must have been a misunderstanding or something, because when he left the exam grounds, no one was there to escort him. Confused by the unexpected turn of events, he wandered away from the exam grounds in search of his escort, lost his bearings, and found himself in these alleys. He's asking if we could help him with directions. Should we do? Yeah, I may ask my group if they can help. Merceau, do it! Merceau opened their mouth to begin, stopped, then turned around to where Bamboo-hatted Kim and Aang were. I'm not so well versed in the geography of this area. Perhaps Menta would know better. Come on. Kim let out an audibly disconcerted sigh and then walked up to the youth to give him directions. Take up that royal celebratory flower crown. You don't want people to know you've passed the exam. But why would? It's for a good reason. Just do as I say and you'll thank me one day. Alice like Alice. The youth stared back at him in puzzlement, before seemingly deciding that giving proper gratitude for Kim's assistance took precedence. He handed us what appeared to be a small ceramic ware vessel. Might this be a water dropper for brush calligraphy? Though you may have no practical need of this, for I see none of you are much acquainted with the art of grinding ink against inkstone, I impart this gift to you in hopes that this dropper may form a small flow in your rivers of life. Ha! So it would have made for a rather moving moment had it not been for the exaggerated scoff Kim gave. The youth hurried on his path without minding the sudden discourtesy. Ingdu later asked him what had spurred his sudden outburst, but he did not give her a reply, instead choosing silence behind pursed lips. Picture water dropper. Obtain. When an allied identity gains assist defense, the said ally gains 2 damage haven to protection. Gain haste next turn when an identity speed is faster than the enemy's. Also, this one's for Ingdu. What the fuck? I need to change into Ingdu, right? Because Marceau is slow as fuck, I think. Yeah. Or 6. Yeah, it's for Ingdu. Gosh dang it. Okay.
그대, 이 검이 필요하오.
Honestly, I don't even remember how you freaking do the skill tree.
뺀다면 사활을 건.
귀와 요격, 함수, 정리노화. 엘리트 오페레이터の皆様です.
순순히 모라를 돌아가기 싫다면
Oh my god, guys, he just tied him down. What the fuck?
혈이 남자.
Inky as fuck. Oh, true.
タンタさんの作戦、とても効果的でした。囚人の皆さんの状態に
Me when I select skill tree. The pride is just overflowing, guys.
전부 잡아드리죠.
Happy Pride Month.
혈이 남자.
敵は深手を負っています. 발광, 차단. 아름다운 것. 그렇지 않은 것. 피한다.
목을 내놓으시죠.
Nice.
귀와 요격. 납돌굴 수밖에.
Nice.
敵は深手を負っています.
Time to claim their bones, guys.
전부 잡아드리죠.
Oh my god, he's gonna do it! He's gonna do it! He's gonna do it as well! Hey, I was gonna do that! What the fuck? Now he's gonna do it as well. Oh my god, besties! me and my Pookie claiming their bones together. I catch a glimpse of a figure staring off into the darkness of the unit prison. Ah. Bamboo-hatted Kim lets out a sigh, but before he even fully exhales. Who goes there? Sharp cry cuts through the stagnant air. Someone here must have noticed us. What should we do? Ah, you're not the prison guards. The woman who called us stood there for a moment, nonchalantly trying to gauge us, so even as we stood with our weapons drawn. Then she walked towards us in a gait that could not be called aggressive. But instead of chatting with us, she called upon the figures sitting inside the prison. Would you care to explain? Who are they? And what happened? The one-sided exchange continued for a while as she tried various lines of questioning to chat up the figure inside the cell, but it was to no avail. Ha! Might as well be talking to a corpse long dead. She let out an exasperated sigh before turning to us. Are you not here to visit him as well? Might you be those who share his purpose? Let's go! Gotta be Merceau. Visit that fool? Hearing that, Merceau and Kim stepped forward to explain what had led to the incident at the Right State Councilor's estate, with a particularly critical edge coming on when describing Kim's own action, that is. So that is what has transpired. Hold on. How does that man know what happened? It's now time for idle chatter. You must leave Escorp right this instant, and by the time Kim's story ended, the prisoner's curiosity finally bubbled over the limit and threatened to spill over as questions. However, the woman who had just learned the truth of what happened refused to engage at all and focused entirely on removing the Kang glass around the prisoner's throat. You cannot stay here. There is still much to be done. Ah, as for my fellow conspirators, perhaps it would be best that you make yourself scarce as well, considering your precarious position in Escorp. The side entrance I use should still be open and unguarded. Leave quickly. She continued to deftly work her hands to unclasp the Kang. Even as she gave us directions so detailed and vivid that we could find our way out of the prison without a map. Meanwhile, bamboo-hatted Kim had wandered off the corner of the room and picked up a broken piece of wood, pocketing it. Crushed wooden manacle obtained. On hit against an enemy using a slash skill, inflict 1 defense down next turn. If an ally is faster than enemy, said ally deals +3 damage using base attack skills for every 1 speed difference. If an enemy has bind, double the above damage boost and maximum cap. Ooh, that sounds nice. That sounds nice. Yield my time to claim their lunacy. So true. No, it can't be. My life is. The experiences, the memories I had recorded are different. Alas. Kim came to a stop with a grim look on his face. Again, I am returned to this day. His voice had dropped to the same morose pitch we had heard before. Mentor, I have been here before. Ah, have you? Had a peek into my memories when I had distorted, did you? I must say, it's a bit embarrassing to have my deepest and darkest secrets revealed like that. Kim grinned sheepishly as though to clear the air, but it was becoming rather clear to me what he was doing. What his flippant demeanor and seemingly devil-may-care attitude were but a mask to hide the true darkness in his heart. And this must be, indeed, the Right State Councilor's estate. Someone whom I had once protected, thought was worth protecting. Devil may what now? Kim pushed open the main gates and made his way into the front yard. Watch out, Ingdu. Take a tall step over or you might trip. There were bodies splayed about the yard, and I couldn't dare start counting them. I felt faint watching the aftermath of the carnage. Some were decapitated, some had their torsos split diagonally, and some of them were so mangled that I could hardly even tell which parts belonged to who. Are they not retainers of the royal court? What were they doing at the councilors? No, were they killed by assassins? Assassins did infiltrate the estate, yes. You're looking at what remains of them. Though I had but a moment to glimpse it, I clearly remember what the S-Corp logo I saw in Kim's Fathoms looked like. The hats these corpses are, or were, wearing are adorned with the same logo. So why is bamboo-hatted Kim calling them assassins? In this corrupt land, the right state counselor's life was always as precarious as a candlelight in a tempest. Such is the fate of all those who have the guts to speak the truth in S-Corp, where positions of influence are hoarded by corrupt sycophants whose chokehold on power is ironclad. The most prominent among them, the left state councilor, with the chief state councilor's blessing, sought to wield his own private army to silence forever the tongues of those who would advocate against the corrupt. Private army? But they were prohibited in our homeland. So they're kinda like how the great houses of H-Corp each had their own armies. That is similar to what is happening, but not exactly. If S-Corp's circumstances were to be explained in plainer terms, it would be akin to a situation in which a company, whose employees outwardly appear to be all working for the same side, is in fact fractured within, which in certain departments pledging allegiance to a different individual than the chief executive. But assassins there had been in the past at least wore masks to hide their allegiance. I had thought this is no different, though with assassins significantly less invested in maintaining their disguises. Not realizing that I had just placed my stone inside the tiger's maw. Looking around at the yard teeming with the assassins, I recall thinking it odd just how many of them they had sent. Though the left state councilor's power had grown to loom over that of the king, I should have realized how ridiculous such a brazen attempt on the life of one of the triumvirate councilors at the royal court would have been. Foolish. I can't. I have failed you, councilor. There were simply too many of them, as though they had decided that tonight was the night they would finally slay the councilor, or die trying. I was soon overwhelmed, and some of them eventually managed to get around me and reach the councilor's bed chamber. The moment I heard them breach the door, all strength left me, and I fell to my knees. I, Kim Lip, am a poor excuse of a bodyguard, and I have failed you. And I knew who the author of the foul scheme was, the left state councilor. Let this be my final act of loyalty ere I depart this life. Though I am too meager a person to carry on your will, councilor, what I can do is plant the seeds of terror in the hearts of the unjust, if only to shackle their blackest hearts from committing greater misdeeds. I shall go before the villain who contrived this betrayal and see that the favor is repaid with steel. Only by such vengeance shall the councilor at last close his eyes in his grave. Or so I had thought. What? Greetings, honored bodyguard of the right councilor. I see that you've been hard at work. Accursed parasite, I ought to flay you alive and reveal the wretched soul underneath. Some gal, you have to show your face here. Hello, here? You mean the home of the Honorable Right State Councilor who toils day and night in service of the royal court? I know the assassins were sent by the left state councilor. Get out of my way. I shall collect your head once my task here is over. Alas, alas, this unsightly display of anger shames us all. Are all those who live by the sword as uncouth as you? The cruelty of your damning words is an oppression upon decent men like myself. Let's see how long you can. Heed me, soldiers. Arrest that mad butcher. What? The accused shall heed his crimes. 1 moon ago, an anonymous letter threatening to take the life of the revered right state councilor has arrived at the royal court. This audacious, contumelious effrontery is an affront not only to the royal court but to the heavens and men alike. The revered left state councilor, who has long been in disagreement with the right state councilor on matters of the state, found this offense to be so heinous that he has personally commanded his men to protect his political enemy on the day writ on the letter. Yet a tragedy has struck. All those lives sent to protect the noble councilor are slain, the bravery and justice of their honorable hearts trampled upon by the ground by this villain. And now the villain promises death to yet another pillar of the royal court. Thus we are forced to arrest this criminal and restore the rule of law. You spout senseless drivel. I saw your men make their way into the councillor's bedchamber with their blades drawn. Councillor? Might you be looking for the right star councillor here, alive and well? My lord? The vile wretch leaned down next to my ear and whispered, Perhaps you should have known where not to stick your nose. Did you really think you could overcome the entire private army in the left state councillor's service? He sent so many of his men to their deaths just to lure me into a trap? Why? Now don't take this as a compliment, as you're not even the apex blade of the homeland, nor are you the Ungyum. But you have been rather an egregious obstacle to the execution of my plans. Couldn't get through with the first thing in my plan, with you constantly getting in my way. Let's keep you nicely locked up and out of trouble. Okay, take care, King of Ravens. Thank you for still passing by. Bye. This can't be. For what it is worth, young man, I am sorry. I've come to realize the error of my ways. The truth is, though S-Corp is indeed a pond of turbid water, it was those like us who had stirred the dirt from its bed and turned it cloudy. Fearing the worst, we arrived to protect the revered right state councillor. 1,000 curses upon the villain. In his quest for the right state councillor's life, the butcherous man has already watered the ground with S-Corp's laborers, the very lifeblood that runs into the veins of this most serene wing. And the charcoal-hearted villain is none other than the councillor's sworn guard, Kim Lib. And he does, oh villain. Obey! And let the Orabans take you. You've fallen far, my friend. You who were once considered a candidate on the honor of Ungyom. And with that brand of Nobi sapping your strength, even your mastery with the blade will only dull. Are you to be my executioner, Gyeongyop? I hadn't received the orders to behead you, if that is what you're asking. Nor would it befit someone of my station to sully my hands with an executioner's duty. How will you live on now? I don't know. The council has abandoned me. There's no path forward. Salpipio Agro Industries is more corrupt than I had thought, rotten to the core. This is where the game ends. Time to resign my stone. Indeed it is. Huh? Why are you freeing me? Once a game has been lost, you start anew and test other gambits in the next round. Why don't you stop playing this unfair game where the opponent always starts with stones placed on all 9 star points on the board? And find a place where you can begin anew in equal standing. As soon as they realize it was you who freed me, they'll come after you. It's okay. Unlike someone who made a fool of himself and fled after passing the royal examinations, I have the royal court's backing as its military commissioner. Oh yeah. Yeah, it is. My position in the court isn't so fickle that they would cast me down right away just because I let go of someone like you. You're a branded criminal. In the eyes of the royal court, you're as good as inconsequential. I'll report that even if you were to flee, you would still be nothing more than a plaything in the palm of their hands. I didn't think you were the kind to go against your honorable principles. Some things can't be done without bending a rule or two, and you are needed. S-Corp's future is in need of those who are less bound by expectations, like yourself. Besides, it's not the rules I stand by, it's my own principles. Oh my god, she's got a fang! She's got a fang, look at that, it's so cute. I did say I owe you a token of gratitude, didn't I? Considered as a settlement of that. Gratitude and vengeance, after all, share a common quality. They are both debts to be repaid. Yongyop. Come with me. There's no hope left for S-Corp. You said it yourself, didn't you? We'll never win as long as we're playing their rigged game. Listen, they might have 9 stone advantage over you, but to me, it's as small as 3. I'll manage and keep my finger on the pulse. Besides, change doesn't always have to come from the outside. The old wisdom says that to catch a tiger, you must enter its den. But wouldn't it help to have an ally awaiting in the tiger's den to back you up when the time comes? There, all done. Your bonds are severed. Go now. Go and build your strength beyond the walls of Escorp. Yet beware of relying overmuch on foreign powers. I don't have it in me to take up such a grand purpose. I'm done with Escorp. You know how I am. I just go with the flow. Yes, do as you will. Go with the flow. Be whatever you want to be. But I'm just hoping that the currents of the river will someday bring you back to Escorp. That's all. I can't believe we have bamboo-hatted Kim's Kanto right now. Though I had left the rigged game, my records afterward weren't stellar. The laying of the stones on my board was always full of holes and mistakes. I joined the Blade lineage, became their mentor, dragged them into the library, until eventually I cut down those who had placed their faith in me. Self-defeating move after self-defeating move. When Gyeongyop had let me go, I thought I had escaped the tiger's maw. But as I let the game progress with the flow, I soon came to the realization that my life was an endless sequence of connect and dies. Yeah, the library. Guys, it's the library! Oh my god! Project Moon mention! I can't believe Kim Ji-hoon actually included the, the Library of Ruina. Can you believe it? Shadows dancing by the distant humanoid form begin to grow like wildfire. And those in the attire of the Blade lineage one by one leap over the wall and approach us. Like the projections of Kim's darkening fathoms. They're from his memories. Films and photographs can sometimes remain undoctored, but the impressions a person gets from viewing the photograph is malleable. How the fuck did you not notice me changing models? Then they must be after. Yeah, Kim believes that if the Blade lineage were to come back to life, they would want to kill him. Oh, it's a focused battle. Oh my god, guys, it's a focused battle. Oh no.
벤단 사월을 건너
このまま行けば敵を食い止められます。
Honestly, I really wish they would remove his stagger bar. I think it would have been nice if they removed his stagger bar.
망설임이 없도록.
Sweepers were mentioned at the start. Oh my god, Shi Yi Hua. How are you? I have not seen you in a while. Though, to be fair, yeah. I mean, I barely stream nowadays. I haven't been streaming because, you know, sickness and like APR shenanigans. Oh guys, what the heck? What is this? I thought it was gonna be like a little bit more challenging.
떨굴 수밖에. 귀와 요격. 변수가 있는 거라 떨굴 수밖에.
ドクターのように優れた式ですね。
Yield my flesh to collect their pronouns. Someone carrying a sword on his belt and a sack on his shoulder leaped into a haystack near us. A few moments later, a small squad of Chinookans, torches in hand, rushed in from the same direction the man had come from. We saw a criminal who coveted the kingdom's properties flee in this direction. Speak up if you have seen the wretch. The Chinookans began walking up to the civilians and questioning them about the criminal's whereabouts. Despite all having seen the man jump into the haystack, all of them shake their heads and refuse to give up the criminal. Are they hating him for some reason? Soon the Chinookans, having made their way through the crowd, approached us as well. What should we do? Point them to the wrong direction. Go, fly, my Merso. So he went that way. Huh. Appreciate the assistance. Once a group of Chinookans hurried toward the direction, I pointed them towards the man crawled out of the haystack. Seeing that the Chinookans had gone, some of the civilians walked up to the man and gave their thanks. Good work, you. Can't have those vile Chinookan take a noble thief like you away. A thief of the people. They're all wretches, I say. Wretches! So well fed while we all starve. I bet they'll bleed rice if we got them. He returned their gratitude with a polite bow and approached us. My thanks. Did not expect to be shielded by outsiders such as yourselves, but this is a welcome surprise. Who am I, you ask? Well, I have no name to give you, but it seems that the common folk have taken to calling the like-minded the Blade lineage. I'm only stealing the sacks of rice the corrupt officials have stolen and returning them to where they belong, just as Mentor Bamboo-Hatted Kim had once done. Ahem. Kim squeaked out a small, embarrassed cough. I've lingered here too long. They're already on my trail again. About time I saw myself off. Even in a hurry, he bade us to wait for a moment as he rummaged through his sack and produced a few packages of food. Take these. It's not much, but it should be quite filling for those on the road like yourselves. Gratitude and vengeance, after all, share a common quality. There are both debts to be repaid, yeah? With that, he withdrew to the shadows. Wow! 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 We got lots of money.
총은 수지 타산에 맞게 한 발에
She would align with the Euro DV. Probably, yeah. That would actually be really cool. If she would align herself to Euro DV. But I don't know. It's an unlikely crossover, but it's probably a good one. Probably.
발골. 차단.
Blade lineage should join the middle. Go! Fly, my bamboo-hatted Kim. Holy shit, it's kinda strong.
떨굴 수밖에.
Well, the thing with Blade lineage though is that they're mostly pride. I mean, they do have some envy skills, but like not all of them.
전부 잡아드리죠.
Oh, Kim just freaking did that. Okay.
귀와 요격. 떨굴 수밖에.
Chokehold. Oh my god, that's kinda kinky.
목을 내놓으시죠.
Higher than Ezra and Valencina. Damn.
뛰어가겠네.
Oh, we're approaching the end. Like a prey backed against the cliff's edge, I am left bereft of paths. My hand hesitates with no room to place the stone. Misjudgments burgeon when contemplations harrow the mind indeed. Now, all that remains is to neutralize that one enemy combatant in the yard. Tell me, who's waiting for us in there? You should know, this place and its enemies are projections of your memories. Not the hardest guess to make, is it? Expect to find Im Gyum-yeop in there. Gyung-yeop was a woman of loyalty and principles. Even as a military commissioner, she never stopped wanting to change the way the royal court was. But even she must have broken in the end. I scoured the newspapers and TV for anything I could find in the current state of Escorp, but it was plain as day that nothing had changed ever there since my departure. Mentor, is that not but a baseless speculation? Your concerns grown uncontrollably. Never have you spoken to us about such a monstrous one in the past. Thus, what lies before you is but a figment of the distortion reflecting upon your memories. Did this Im Gyum-yeop appear as that monster does, Mentor? No. Gyung-yeop wasn't like that. Gyung-yeop, I still believe that Salpipio Agri-Industries deserves to die. But destruction's not the point. The point is that I want it to be a place where I can cut away the avaricious corrupted and have it be a wing that cares for its common folk. If I didn't know better, I would have thought you were seeking to supplant the current S-Corp. You know, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just a wanderer, floating down the river's flow to where the currents take him. When the river bent and I hit the wall, someone picked me up and made a blade out of me. Once abandoned, I returned to the flow and I found myself a mentor. To those who afforded me the undeserved fate. And the river continues to wind, carrying me back to Escort, whence I had fled. Should I let the blade sing my inner thoughts? I think I'm satisfied with the way Escort is. But your method, as it is now, goes against the principles. I expected better from someone of your wiles. If you enjoy these principles so much, then why not ask me to leave the game? And why ask me to leave the game? Because someone has to stay behind and try to bring change within the limits of their principles. I only hope that one of those bends in that river of yours would float you back to knock on the gates of Escort once it was primed for change. Has that changed? What do you think? You, at least, seem to think that I have. Because you believe that I shall stand in your path, and in my path, and stem the flow of this river evermore. Very well. The law states that denial of the will of the royal court is a crime deserving of death by beheading. I, Im Gyung-yeop, Second Ordinand of the Salpipio Agro-Industries, official of the sword, and military commissioner of the royal court, shall uphold the command and sever the buds of rebellion before they propagate. She just widened her eyes, guys. Holy crap. No way. No way, she's got like 10 limbillion skills. Oh shit. Time to pop in Eagle.
죄를 새겨주겠어.
아름다운 것. 그렇지 않은 것.
効果的な攻撃でした。
이
숨을 거둬.
Nice.
サンタさんの側転とても効果的でした。
순순히 보라를 받으시죠.
Nice. Man, Sinclair just doing that slash and stab.
囚人の皆さん
Okay,
の
wait.
状態
Um,
何か変化が。
yeah, I wanna see what he has. This one. Base, yeah. Base level and offense level, just, yeah. Yeah, I see. Cool. Cool. Does she actually have anything new? No. He has a lot of skills. What the fuck? This flesh I'll claim. Me when I claim. What was I saying?
즐겁겠군.
Have you seen the new thumb kits? Yeah, I did. I mean, I'm excited. It's just that I don't think I'll roll. I'll just wait for a week, you know. I mean, I'm excited. That means we can do Tremor Scorch. We can do Tremor Scorch, guys. Oh, this one. No, not this one. No, I don't see anything new in passives. Yeah, that's done already. The sword of the homeland passed down in the South Court is not at its heart an art of killing. To cut and cut again until blood runs dry and the bones is laid bare. That is the essence of this art. It strips the opponent's flesh into ribbons. That is the sword of the homelands practiced by Sal. Cool. Yeah, bone claiming time. Bone claiming time.
죄를 새겨주겠어.
Oh my god, he's got overthrow. Hey, I remember that from Ruina. What the fuck? Who was that guy who hated someone in my chat hated overthrow so much? I think that was Ferret. I think it was Ferret who hated overthrow so much.
달빛이
역전.
그 문까지 발진 나를
Claim their bone.
Limbus カンパニーの皆さん、この勢いに乗って勝ちに行きましょう。
Nuke time. No. Yeah, actually it is it is very peak. Oh my god! Oh my god, bone claim! Holy crap. Oh wow. Okay.
귀와 요격. 전형 상수.
Will she have like a second phase? Let's find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. It is the actual team. I did the other one a while ago.
숨을 거두리라.
She's not as powerful as I recall, yet weighed down by the brand, I am not so far ahead or behind. I don't know, I think you're doing pretty well. Verily, they appear evenly matched, yet... Wielding that sword like he's trying to get himself killed. That blade work is far beneath him. Seeking the end here is he. Oh my god, it's a Library of Ruina page. I remember this Library of Ruina page. It's like Olivier and Roland. Look, it's Roland and then it's Olivier. Can you afford to look away in the duel? What are you doing? You'd rather lock your sword with mine than parry it away? Can't have a proper sword fight without a blade lock though, huh? Duel between a mentor and of a syndicate and a military commissioner of Escorp is neck to neck, clash after clash. The two warriors eventually lock their blades in a contest of might before it comes to a close in a final fatal bout. When the dust settles, the mentor lies in the sand, dead. Now they kiss. Oh my god, guys. Hetero stuff in our Limbus company in Pride Month. You know what? That's fair. They kinda look nice together, actually. If that is what you want, I will grant it. Good. Let's finish this. This is Bamboo-Hatted Kim and Im Gyum Yop, ready for their final bout. Engdu leaped in between them. Engdu? Are you really so ashamed that you would choose death over life, mentor? Are you so scared to live that you would rather die? Yes, I am. I'm scared. I'm terrified of my own audacity to live my days as though I hadn't failed everything and everyone who had the misfortune of placing their faith in me. My mission, my honor, my fellows, as though my path isn't haunted by ghosts, as though I can stand shamelessly before the watching eyes of the heavens. I genuinely believe is bi for the funsies. Fair, I guess. What have I even done with life that was given to me? Blind to the realities of my homeland, I serve a master who chose politics over loyalty and justice. I cut down my very fellows who chose to trust a fool like me. Also, like it's basically like the one with, so it's basically like the big bad wolf, and she's Red Riding Hooded mercenary. Someone should draw them like that, don't you guys think? Also, I think what Bamboo-Hatted Kim is experiencing right now, he's actually experiencing survivor's guilt. I walked my entire life as the flow carried me, and when I finally had the mind to look back, all I saw were blood-red traces everywhere I had gone. Isn't it about time I admitted that this game cannot be won? That... Mentor, the weakness in your strength has failed your mission. The weakness in your position has failed your honor, and the weakness in your heart had become the fiendish blade that cut down your fellows. Engdu, I thought you were here to talk me into keep on living, yet your words pain me so. The weakness of yours is it. What weakness of yours is it this time that you would cast away your own creed and life? What other weakness will you use as an excuse today? Stop trying to bear responsibilities asked not of you. The Blade lineage was never about responsibility, nor was it about you, Mentor. Or does your overbearing guilt help you overestimate your importance? What was that saying again? Fellow travelers in the same boat will aid one another. Not a single soul demanded that of you. Talk about kicking a man when he's down. And I have had enough of that flippant larking of yours. We all have. Do you truly believe that not a single one of us had picked up on the fact that all your levity was a means of relieving yourself the burden they had cast upon your own shoulders? None of us ever demanded the impossible feat from you. What was it that you've always said to describe yourself? That you are but a butchering blade that wields not itself, a tool wielded by willing hands. Why, Mentor? I know not what kind of shame or responsibilities a mere tool has, do you? Because I fail to see why. That shame does not subside still. Then shroud your face with that bamboo hat of yours and live on. Live on so that you may repay your debts. Out of blades, out of arrows. Even the heart sought death lies defeated at your feet. There is no stone left for my next gambit. There is nothing more. Indeed, perhaps there was some merit in your words that I must retreat from this silly game of stones and become a fiend of blades. Mentor, that is not what I said. Interesting. Whence did you hear that poem? Yes, when inverted, a bamboo hat is like an unladen ship. Ingdu and Imgyop were knocked away from bamboo-hatted Kim as though bounced off by an invisible force. Kim raises his gaze to meet the empty air as though someone were there, a hollow laughter escaping his lips. We know who he's talking to. It's the voice. But your last move was not a good one. Indeed, I did wish to become a blade. And what did you do? Forged me into an indiscriminate one that cleaves blindly into friend and foe both. It seems that in your excitement you have cornered yourself with that last move. Well, as it seems that I have an opportunity to retrace our past moves, allow me to try something different this time. Be not so vexed by this round. As you say, we never know what the next game shall bring. I appreciate and will treasure the other bits of your advice. But let us play by my rules for tonight's game. Something's different this time, innit? He ain't distorting. I think that's an efflorescence, perhaps. Nothing is for certain indeed, yet I trust that the words of my last remaining follower have also reached your ears. I am but a tool wielded by willing hands. Nothing in my life has never been certain. I know not whether this move is what cements my defeat, but I desire to be a victorious stone nonetheless. Thank you. I will take what encouragement I can. Strange invisible pressure dissipates, and the armored woman, Im Gyamyok, readjusts her grip on the sword. Kim turned around to look at her, and I saw that a weighty shadow seemed to have been lifted from his face, replaced by a mix of relief and determination. A bit of embarrassing. Changed my stance now, but now I fight to live. And I suppose you will be okay with that. Of course. To hide from heaven's gaze, this hat I wore. An empty boat, it bore my friends along. In bamboo veiled, we drift from shore to shore. With wine, I donned my hat to watch blossoms throng. In mirth, I doffed that shroud the moon adorn. So with this bamboo hat to veil my brow, though winds and rain merry rage, I shall not throw. Hi to me, bamboo-hatted one. Speak your name, for I find your outfit dubious of character. I am he who has mentored the lineage of blades to its premature end. I am he who sought to bring salvation to the downtrodden to no avail. What to call a man who has failed to disburden himself of the world? How to name a man who has failed to bear the weight of the world? There is none. So call me Bamboo-Hatted Kim. What I've done, I face myself. Bamboo-Hatted Kim, the treasonous wretch. Damn! The photographs rapidly fold away from reality. Perhaps because Kim had successfully managed to face his own past. When the photographs and memories that were overlaid upon the phantoms are pulled away, what remains is a man in dirty, ragged clothing. The phantoms of Escorp slowly lose grip in this world, and soon reveals the phantoms of the distortion that was hidden beneath it. I see residents of the back streets in their blissful highs from taking the canned experiences, and a man who's watching them with disapproval. Why? Why is everyone running away from all this? A baker, always surrounded by the smell of freshly baked bread. A florist who makes lovely bouquets for graduating youngsters. A photographer who captures beautiful sights to remember. They're our lives, our experiences. You want to be a billionaire with an extravagant mansion in a nest? A legendary fixer who can make the syndicate cower in fear just by going on a stroll? What you get from those cans is not real. Is everything in your lives, all of this, just empty means to an end so that you can get high on fake purchase experiences nailed into a can? If that's all your life is, then my life and the photographs I've taken are all. No, it can't be. My life, those experiences and memories I've photographed are different. You're all blindly consuming fake experience after fake experience without care about the real thing. That's why you are all floundering, grasping at illusions. So let me show you the things I've shot. The memories, the experiences, the reality of your lives. It was only in passing, but I glimpsed an unmistakable grimace, a scowl on Mersault's face. I reflected upon the events of the day and could at least begin to guess as to why that might be. Don't believe there's any experience in either the cat experience or that guy's photographs, do you, Mersault? Because experiences and memories aren't the same thing. What really distinguishes them, I wasn't sure. Correct, manager. What I knew was that the distinction was, for whatever reason, important to Mersault. The figure materializes into a humanoid form, swirling out of the projector. It must be the distortions. And next to him is another figure, stumbling out in a giant suit of armor. Blimey, that thing's still alive? It is but an overlay of phantoms created with a distorted space. The concept of life and death has little meaning for such a thing. Yet faint does she grow. It must be that the distortion's power is waning. Hark, accused one, for these are your crimes. The crime of fomenting chaos in a foreign wing while impersonating Chinookons of Salpipio Agro-Industries. The crime of exploiting the suffering of Salpipio Agro-Industries downtrodden as a mere veil for one's own phantoms. And, though it may be a part of reenactment, impersonating a military commissioner of the kingdom without a royal decree. Pursuant of the law of the homeland, the accused is to be sentenced to death by beheading. And before we even had a chance to step in or anything, the faint mirage-like warrior brought down her sword on the docugrapher's neck, decapitating him. Damn, they really showed it. And an entity of the phantoms slay one outside it. Such an instance has heretofore never been observed, But as it is happening right now, right before our eyes, I can only say yes. Young Yop is a woman of principle. She would have done the same to the bitter end had she truly been here. As the headless body of the inflection point crumples to the floor, Kim Gyum Yop's shape slowly phases out of reality, and we found ourselves back in the projection room. And there... No way, don't tell me that Headless Corpse is... We found a large group of injured N-Corp staff thrown pell-mell about the room, and Ezra, who was looking down at the headless body of the docugrapher. Oh my lord! Oh my lord! Yeah. Man, do you think she actually manifested ego? Do you think she actually manifested ego, guys? Because that would be really funny. She's like a Shao. You know, she kinda reminds me of Shao. Yep, go on. Gotcha, team leader. And that's the initial report done. Good work, guys. Tucking her radio back in, Ezra commended us in a relieved voice. The distortion has perished in the mission. Will that not cause trouble? Yeah, that kinda sucks, but it's not like you guys could help it. Who would have thought that the distortion would kill its own inflection point? If we knew that in advance, we probably would have prepared something to stop it, but... Well, that's for the LCD and team leader to investigate. All in all, this mission was still a success since we managed to eradicate that distortion from NCorp, not to mention satisfying our client. Also, Ezra looked toward Aingdu and Kim with a light-hearted shrug, really less concerned than she had been earlier. Now I finally know why you've been disappearing on your own without letting us know. Glad you don't seem to have any more reason to, though. So it's all good. Hey, that's a real win of this mission in my book. Phew-wee. The point is, we did it. We did the thing. It's done. Gosh, I swear I'm never doing one of these without a team leader ever again. Seriously, I got this close to losing it more than a few times. It seemed that the responsibility of looking after her LCD juniors had kept her stressed and high-strung throughout the mission. I hadn't noticed it, but her brows had finally relaxed, bringing back the chipper Ezra I was more familiar with. I shall not abide by more of your indolence. You will now join us on mission and tasks as you are expected to. Is that understood, mentor? Oh my god. No, the yandere. Oh my god. The yandere face is there again. Aingdu, would you mind releasing the hems of my sleeve? Oh, what I wouldn't give to lie down and pass out right about now. The raw emotion in Kim's voice had likewise faded, and with Aingdu's voice no longer as barbed as it had been in the Phantoms, it seems to me that the two were back into the more relaxed selves I knew. Can't exactly say more relaxed for Kim though, because that's how he's always been, at least from what I've seen. In any case... Fine. You are released. Yeah, you're giving me a good, hard shake. Don't feel so good. Hey, Aingdu, I'm afraid they may have gone overboard with upgrading your arm. With your hem released, allow me to reiterate that. Stop! My heart finds peace as well as I watch them bicker. Is everyone doing okay? Yes, Executive Manager. Our forces have only suffered minor injuries that do not require you to go through the trouble of rewinding the clock. Hang on, mate. I've got a dislocated shoulder. I can pop that right back into place for you. Allow me. I've taken care of similar injuries in the field. Yeah, and guess what happened the last time I let you do that? You rotated my bloody arm the wrong way and turned the bones in my shoulder into little chips. Don't sweat it, I can rewind that. By now, I've already grown used to the pain of rewinding the sinner's injuries. A dislocated... Thanks for the 15 bits, Huker. A dislocated shoulder shouldn't be a big deal. I have ought to ask thee a clarification if thy wilt. Yeah? As I recall now, as we battled the N-Corp's pinframe team, The foes have taken photographs of us. And they are those who were sent to identify and capture the one who hath violated the taboo, forsooth. As we stood in their path, 'tis no mystery why we had to come to blows, yet I find this to be most perplexing. Wherefore did they take so many photographs of us? Maybe they were taking photographs to report their locations? Recording footage is taboo in NCorp, meaning they can't install security cameras here. The only option for keeping a consistent record were tracking down a case or a person by photographs. Fine words will hold water, yet most puzzling forsooth. For I recall with clarity that from a certain point, they had begun photographing us with renewed obsession. Oh, hey, that sounds like a question for Merceau. Given how often I had to rely on the information Merceau had provided me in this mission, I think I've gotten enough practice on how to phrase my questions the right way and pull the answers I need from him. I couldn't get him to tell us his own judgments on matters, but since he seems to have a near photographic memory of what he's seen. Merceau, do you remember how many pictures of us the NCorp staff took? I do. 56 times. That's a lot of pictures. You actually remember the exact number of times they shot us? I do. It's always so neat to see his memory in action. So did you get a chance to see which one of us got the most photographs taken? I did. Oh, who is it? Is it me? I make for a fine model if I do say so myself. No, it wasn't you. It was me. Huh? But why? I mean, what's the most statistically likely reason that it was you? It was at that moment that I heard the sound of pebbles crunching under boots approaching us, louder and louder. What the heck? NCorp. Oh, dang it, are you here because we beat up some of your guys? Listen here, we had to because of the distortion. See? It is as she says. The skirmish was an unfortunate consequence of combating the distortion phenomenon. Limbus Company provides a customer damage compensation program in case of such unforeseen events. Instead of engaging us in battle, please elect to contact the emergency response team at our headquarters as your first. Yes, we fully understand the circumstances surrounding the battle, and we intend to submit an expeditious request for damage compensation as you have recommended. But we are here on different business, so if you would be so kind as to let us speak. Different business. They are here to arrest me, manager. Hold on, Merceau. Let's hear them out. Wait, what? Merceau did not resist. He walked past us and joined the group of NCorp employees. Please confirm that you are Merceau, formerly one who nails, and a former member of the maintenance and management team at the Grand Magazine Sisyphus headquarters. Holy shit, he's actually working in the Grand Magazine Sisyphus headquarters. No wonder he actually knew Vespa, or like at least was more likely to cross paths with Vespa. Confirmed. By the decree of the Giants, you have been expelled from NCorp with imprisonment as the penalty for non-compliance. Pursuant to Article 12 of Eviction Regulations, you have also been informed that remaining in NCorp's district for more than 6 hours may subject you to immediate arrest. Please confirm that your memory pertaining to the above incident has not been expunged, and you are of sound mind to recall it in entirety. Confirmed. Very well, then in keeping with the regulations, I hereby notify you that you are now subject to arrest and transport. Place your hands behind your back and please offer no resistance. I am required to inform you that the resistance may incur further penalties. Wait, stop! What the hell is going on? Wait, forget all that. Did you know this would happen, Merceau? Merceau, who stood calmly with his arms behind his back as the NCorp employees handcuffed him, nodded placidly in my direction. I did, manager. Then why the heck didn't you warn... It was less a question and more a reflex, but I didn't need to hear his reply to know why. Right, I never asked, did I? You did not. I'd say you should have warned us way earlier, but you just reply, I will follow those instructions going forward, right? Yes, I would. Subject now in custody. From this moment onward, you are considered a suspect and will be transported to NCORP headquarters for your trial. As for the rest of you, would you be the organization that suspect is a part of? Organize your arse! What in the bloody hell do you think you're... Heathcliff, you're about to antagonize NCORP, a wing. In the absence of a reasonably justifiable cause such as a contract, engaging in battle with the city's corporate entities is strongly discouraged. Yeah, and we're just supposed to twiddle our thumbs while they drag him away? This must be another piece of information they neglected to tell me. Yet another development that was set in stone. Despite her calm and collected explanation, I could tell that this was not a pleasant situation for Faust either, as she was sending an uncomfortable glance at NCORP's employees. Oh, where are you taking him? A retrial will be scheduled for the execution of the Alyssciel sentence. They replied with dispassionately as they took Merceau into custody. We looked at them, not knowing what to do or say. The late afternoon sun pricked at us like 1,000 hot needles. Merceau, now in cuffs, gazed at us with an expression that would not have seemed out of place on any ordinary day. No, Merceau! They had to, imprison my boy. No fucking shot. R.I.P. Merceau. R.I.P. RIP. Everybody say RIP Merceau. Of course I'm gonna get the ticket. That's like the most important thing ever. These ones I can just earn them by doing a mirror dungeon anyway. So and there's really nothing much to yeah, just Malkoth him. Try him because of his crimes. His crimes have been is going to get tried. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know if tomorrow, I'm not sure what's gonna happen tomorrow, but I'm not sure. A runaway meat. If you call for me, a runaway meat to hand. Yes? Yeah, I know, right? I just blocked Merceau. No, my blade lineage, Merceau. No. Yeah, I just have 1,700. What's the point of this? What's your opinion on Kim now? Yeah, he's not a bum anymore. Holy shit. He's not a bum. Guys, can you believe it? Bamboo Hat Kim. I kind of feel bad for him, to be honest. I really wish that we can actually go back, to S-Corp, like at some point, and then just see what's gonna happen there. But I kinda doubt it. Alright, you can actually get the freaking... I don't have the announcer. I don't have the announcer. I don't have the announcer, guys. I'm so sad. I don't have an announcer. No, I'm not gonna gamble. I already have both of them. It's just that these are the ones that I don't have. I think don't I have Ingdu already? What the fuck? Don't I have Ingdu? I have Ingdu. I know that I have Ingdu. Oh wait, I have sweepers. Hey, where did I get these bums? I kinda forgot. Yeah, I got Ingdu. Oh, I have these bumps as well. What the fuck? I did not. Yeah, so I don't have. Yeah, I don't have them, which is unfortunate actually. Fuck, I I hate it. I don't have the magical girl, the Queen of Hatred. I don't have Kira. Fuck, man. Gah. 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 It's fine. I'm not gonna pull because I'm pretty sure that Walpurgisnacht is gonna be in around the corner. It's gonna be there. Gonna be there. But yeah, actually, I don't know. It's just so ironic that you would have like a Chunokun alongside the Blade lineage, because like technically, yeah. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. But you know what? It's cool. It's cool. It's a bleed poise. It's a bleed poise. Which is cool. Actually, yeah. Escorp strong together.